Hi guys. All right, so a little minor interruption. So what I want you to do is to get a broomstick for this next warm-up exercise. So something like this, the well-used broomstick, or um, you know, some kind of a stick that you can utilize to put behind your back. Okay, so I'm gonna hold the broomstick back in this manner. And so what I want you to do is throw your shoulders back, and I'm going to do 15 of these reps, but I'm going to start with 5, and the last 2 I'm going to turn around so you can see my scapula moving up. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to be able to ride this up in this manner. 1, and again 2, all the way down, all the way up. The stick should be riding right up along your buttocks and along the small of your back, all the way up until you can't do it anymore. 1 more, and then I'm going to turn around. All right, so I'm going to turn around, and you're going to see the scapula, and it's going to be sticking out, and you'll know that that's the point where you should stop. So there's 1. We're going to do 9 more like that. 2. Good. 3 and 4. Good. 5, 6. Make sure that the stick is traveling with you, going all the way up your back and then all the way back down up to your buttocks. Okay? That's it. So focus on that. As you come down, make sure you bring your shoulders back. So it doesn't work well if you're hunching over. All right, 1 more. Good. Okay, good. So that's the exercise with the broomstick. Okay, so I'm going to lay this down, and what I'm going to do next is I want you to be able to do this particular exercise. I want you to spread your arms out, okay? And from this position, I want you to come up over your head and be able to touch your thumbs together over your head. Up, and then back down. Up again. That'll be 2. Up again. There you go. 3. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. That's it. Inhale and exhale. Good. Touch your thumbs together up over at the top. That's what we're aiming for. Good. Okay, so let's do 3 more like that. 1, 2, last one. Here we go. And 3. Okay? All right. Now, a takeoff on this exercise utilizes a wall. Okay? So I've got this column that I'm going to lay my body up against. Okay? So I want you to put your feet up against that wall. Your buttocks should be leaning up against that wall, as well as your head. Okay? And so you're going to start in this position, and I want you to be able to, utilizing that wall, I want you to be able to come up, grazing that wall with the back of your hand all the way up until your thumbs touch, and then back down. Okay? So starting here with your arms horizontal and grazing the back of your hands along that wall, making sure that your head and shoulders and buttocks are right up against that wall. So lean into it as much as you can. If you want to, what you can do is you can space your feet or your shoes out about 3 to 4 inches and be able to lean, because it's important that you have your head and your neck, your shoulders as well as your buttocks up against the back or against the wall like I'm doing. Okay? Very important. So this seems very easy, but it's actually not. It's a lot of rotation with your rotator cuff. Okay? All right, so let's do 2 more. 1 and 2. Excellent. Good. Okay, so now this next exercise, I'm going to utilize a soup can, okay, to be able to do this next exercise. So you can use a 2-pound dumbbell, 3-pound dumbbell, or a can of soup. Chicken gumbo works well. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my left forearm on, I'm going to rest it on this pedestal here, lean forward with my left foot, and right leg is behind me, and I'm going to just do this about 3 times. Okay? 3 times leaning forward. And so when I'm bending my knees, I'm starting that momentum, carrying it through. Allow that to happen. So you're going to bend your left knee and your right knee as well. And now I'm going to start the exercise. So allow the soup can to just dangle. Dangle through, but don't force it. So you just want gravity to work on your arm to be able to allow that arm to swing like a pendulum. Okay? Don't force it, just being able to let it hang. Because this type of exercise allows the arm to freely move around the rotator cuff without any impingement. That's important because you want those muscles to be away from the shoulder girdle. You want them to be away from the ligaments that are around that shoulder. So lean into it, start that momentum, and carry it through. Okay, so now I've done it with the right arm. Now I'm going to turn around and do it with the left arm. So once again, my right arm, forearm is leaning against this pedestal. So my right leg is going forward, and I'm going to start that momentum. As you start this momentum, remember to swing your legs forward. Right knee bends, left knee bends as well, not as much. And then I'm going to bend and allow my left shoulder girdle, my left shoulder, to be able to swing like a pendulum. Okay? So here we go. We're leaning forward. That's it. 2, 3, don't force it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. So that shoulder should feel good as it's swinging through. There's no force, just gravity and momentum carrying you through. Okay? You don't have to have a weight. I feel that you should have a little bit of weight, 2 pounds or 3 pounds, that allows the arm to move freely. If you don't, the arm tends to scrunch back like this ever so lightly. So having an extra weight, actually even a water bottle will work for you. So if you just have a water bottle with you and just allow it to dangle, that will work perfectly. Okay? All right, so we're going to leave that chicken gumbo there. And now we're going to use this table for our last exercise. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the broomstick to be able to, I'm going to lay down on this picnic table, and I'm going to bring my knees up, lay down on the picnic table. I'm going to put my arms just a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, and the back of my hands are going to come down behind me, and that's a bit of a struggle. So this seems like an easy exercise. It's really not. Okay, so I'm going to do 10 of these repetitions. So I'm going to bring it forward, and I'm going to take my time doing so. It has to be done slow because the rotator cuff is, if you don't do this, it's going to catch. Okay, so you can come back, and when I come forward, you're going to basically take to the count of 10 to come forward. So 1, 2, ever so slowly, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay. So we're going to swing it back so that when the broomstick touches your halfway up your thigh or mid-thigh level, then you can bring it on back. Bring it on back until the back of your hands are on the picnic table. Straight. Make sure that your arms are straight back behind you, and then bring it forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. I touch there. Move it all the way back again. Inhale as you do so. Big breath in, and you get to the point where the back of your hands are on the picnic table. It seems like it takes forever. Okay? So try and relax. It's hard to do, but now we're coming forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That whole way that your arms are traveling going forward, it takes forever. It seems like you're going 360 degrees, but you're actually not. Okay? So let's do 2 more of these. All the way back, and let's count. 1, 2, ever so slowly. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So a good clue is to be able to start with 10 and see if by the time you get to 10 you will touch mid-thigh level. If you go too fast, you'll feel a lot of kind of short little impingements on your arm, and you'll actually wince because you're actually going too fast. So try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. Okay, good deal. All right, so that's a good exercises for your shoulder, shoulder girdle, as well as your rotator cuff. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna do the boxing exercise, as it were. So I'm gonna lay that down, come down, and for this particular exercise, you're gonna need a pie tin, aluminum pie tin that looks like this. This one is made by Tippins. So not plugging for Tippins, but it just so happens that I have something like this. Okay, so we're going to use this as a pivoting point. Okay, so I'm going to lay it on the floor, and I'm going to use it to step on it. Okay, so this is a good time to get some water with your water bottle. And then get your wraps on and your gloves. Okay. So what we're gonna do is you don't have to take your shoes off. I think it would work better with the shoes on, but you be the judge after I show you what we're going to do. Okay. So I've got these gloves around my arms here, or my hands rather, and what we're going to do is place your left foot on that pie tin, and then we're going to rotate. So I'm going to demonstrate how that's going to look as far as your rotation is concerned. So so this is important to allow your ankle to travel with you, because sometimes it doesn't want to move like that. So here's what I want you to do. So I'm going to show you the left-footed stance for, let's say, a right-handed boxer, where you jab with the left and cross with the right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my left toe, my left shoe on the tin, and then I'm going to rotate. about 4 times, okay? So I'm just gonna stand in this boxer stance as I rotate my foot on this tin like this. I'm gonna show you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I want you to rotate about 4 times, okay? And then I want you to switch from left foot. I want you to put your right toe on here, on that tin, and it will rotate. So now I've got a left-footed stance. My right hand is a jab, my left is a cross, boxer stance in this manner, and I'm going to rotate clockwise, okay? So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. All right, so 4 different positions, correct? Okay, so that's what we did. Now I'm going to come back again. I'm going to keep switching from a right-footed stance to left-footed stance, and you'll see what this is all about, okay? Okay, so now, not only am I going to pivot with my left foot in this pie tin, because in this manner, with this pie tin, I can't place my whole foot down. This is training you to just keep your toe on the floor and to pivot. The pie tin helps you rotate. It's almost like having a wheel on your toe to help you reduce the friction, so to speak. Okay? So now, as I'm rotating counterclockwise to the left, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a jab at the same time. So I'm going to basically turn counterclockwise and throw a jab at the same time as I turn. Okay? So here we go. Ready? Jab. 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 All right. So my jabs weren't that strong, but that's okay because we're trying to connect with your toe in this position and throwing the jab at the same time. It would be a whole lot easier if we did it without the pie tin, but this is a good way to train your foot to stay in that protracted position and to put all your weight on the toe and not on the heel. That way you can rotate, okay? All right, so now we're gonna switch. I'm gonna put my right toe, now I'm gonna be in the left-footed stance. My right jab and left cross are behind me here, and you'll see why I say that as I'm turning counterclockwise. So once again, I'm gonna jab 4 times and turn 4 times. Ready? Jab, 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 jab. Okay, good. Now I've got the jab down. So now I'm going to switch back to right-handed position. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw 2 punches, a jab and a cross, as I'm rotating. Okay? So this is the way it's going to go. Ready? And jab, cross. Again, jab, cross. Again, jab, cross. And there I am, back over here again. Okay? So when you throw that cross, if you throw it hard enough, it will actually make you spin. I only did that 3 times because I was spinning quite a bit. Now I'm going to switch to left-handed position, and I'm going to rotate counterclockwise. Okay, so I'm going to throw that right jab and throw that left cross as I rotate counterclockwise. Ready? 2 punches now. So we're accelerating. We're making this a little bit more difficult, but not impossible. These are within your realm, within the kinds of things that I have taught you, the kinds of things that you've done in previous videos. Okay? All right, so here we go. Ready? Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. Okay? All right. Now, we did 2 punches. Jab and a cross. Now, I'm being eaten by tsetse flies. So now, I'm going to switch it. Now I'm going to throw the jab, and then I'm going to throw a hook to follow. And this is really key because when you throw that hook, And remember, I'm going to do this in slow motion so you kind of get an idea of what this is about, okay? You're going to throw that left jab, and then you're going to throw that hook. Remember, to be able to throw that hook, elbow has to be high, and that thumb, can you see my thumb there? It's a thumbs up. I want that thumb to be sticking up, and that's why I like these gloves, because I can demonstrate that the thumb is up rather than one that doesn't have that mobile thumb, that's what I call it, to be able to demonstrate that hook, okay? So when I throw that hook, it's going to swivel me around a little bit, okay? And that's what I want you to do, because I want you to feel that rotation as I throw that hook, okay? So jab and hook as I rotate clockwise. Okay, so here we go. Ready? So I'm going to throw the jab and hook. Jab, hook. Jab, hook. Jab, hook. Okay, so now I've done it with that hook. That hook really makes you turn around, so you need to try that and see what it's doing. Now, I'm going to switch this out, and I'm going to start with a right toe. I'm going to place that on the pie tin, and then I'm going to throw the right jab and the left hook. Left hook, okay? Right jab, left hook as I rotate. When I throw my left hook, it's going to spin me around counterclockwise, and hopefully I won't fall. Okay, here we go. Ready? And jab, hook. Jab, hook. Jab, hook. Jab, hook. There we go. Okay. So now we did that jab hook. Now we're going to try it with a jab uppercut. Now this is a little bit more difficult, but once again, it's not impossible. Okay. So I'm in the right-footed stance. I'm going to go. I'm going to start by doing this counterclockwise. So we're going to move to the left. So I'm going to throw that jab and then uppercut. So to throw that uppercut from this stance, the boxer stance, I'm going to do this in slow motion, so you have to kind of figure out what to do, and then we're going to add the movement and the punch following. 2-punch combination, right? Okay, so we're going to do this in slow motion. Left jab, and then I'm going to throw that uppercut, so the hand kind of comes down and up. So you finish in this. I'm going to model this for you. There it is. I'm looking at my bicep, because when you throw that uppercut, your biceps should be in plain view of your eyes as you finish. And the left jab, as you're throwing that uppercut, that left jab comes right over to the left cheek, and it holds that position. So here's the finish angle, okay? Finish angle. Once again, this is going to be jab, slow motion, jab, uppercut, okay? And then I'm going to add the turn to it. So I'm going to do this hopefully 3 times, if not 4, or I may not do it at all and fall flat on my face. Let's try it. Okay, here we go. Ready? And jab, uppercut. Jab, uppercut. Jab, uppercut. Jab, uppercut. Okay, good. I didn't fall on my face. All right, so we're able to do that uppercut. Now we're going to change it. Left-footed stance. So my right toe, my right shoe is on the pie tin, okay? So I'm going to do this in slow motion again. Right jab, left uppercut. When I throw that left uppercut, it's going to spin me a little bit. So hopefully I won't feel like I'm going uphill. All right, here we go. Ready? Jab, uppercut. Jab, uppercut. Jab, uppercut. Jab, uppercut. And here I am, back to you again. All right, good. So now we've thrown those punches, you know, the jab cross, the jab hook, and the jab uppercut. Now what we're going to do is we're going to throw 2 jabs and then a right cross, okay? Jab, jab, cross. So it's now the same amount of time that it took for you to throw that jab. I'm going to instill three punches, a jab, and a cross. As I throw my cross, it's going to spin me around counterclockwise, okay? So That's what we're aiming to do. So let's see how this is going to look. Pi 10 is in motion right there as I spin. So jab, jab, cross. That's what we're trying to do. Jab, jab, cross. Jab, jab, cross. Jab, jab, cross. Jab, jab, cross. Okay. So remember, it's crucial that when you throw your jabs, make sure that they come straight at you, away from you. Okay, and when you throw that cross, that's when you spin. Don't try and spin when you're throwing that jab, because then it's gonna pull you away from that. So pull you away from this cornerstone. So you're gonna use this as a spinning tool, as a cornerstone, and everything pivots around that foot. That foot does not rise. If that foot rises, then you're all out of whack. Okay, I'll be out of whack too. So, so you want to be able to make sure that you put the weight on your right foot when you're throwing this left-handed, when you're throwing punches as a right-handed person, and then you keep your left foot on that Pi 10. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna switch. Now we're gonna do a righty stance. I mean a lefty stance. Sorry. Okay. So it's gonna be right jab, and left cross. Okay, so I'm gonna spin on the left cross. Okay, so hopefully I'll do it 4 times, and if I need assistance, you guys will help me out, right? All right, here we go. Ready? Jab, jab, cross. Jab, jab, cross. Jab, jab, cross. Jab, jab, cross. All right, good. So I think that serves as a moving tool to be able to pivot. So this is important. Why? Because there's ligaments around the ankle, around the knee, around the hip. The further up they go from your leg, the more severe they become. So if you have strong ankles and strong ligaments to prevent the knee from twisting, all power to you. You're going to avoid a lot of accidents. There's a lot of stop and go that you have to do when you have to walk. There's a lot of turning rotations, turning to the left, turning to the right. Seldom do you ever go straight forward or straight back. There's always a little bit of movement. And you need to be able to gauge that either one direction or the other, or anywhere in between. So this pivoting action that you do is crucial to make those movements happen. So by putting either the left foot or the right foot in front, and by throwing those punches, you'll be assured that you'll have that done. Okay? So keep practicing, guys. Okay? And remember, rock steady boxing rocks.